to a level of zero. Nothing is being emitted from the brain. The seemingly bizarre brain state, it's associated with what we would call suspended animation. When the monks are in this state, there's no detectable heartbeat. They cannot detect a pulse. There's no detectable breathing. But I want to tell you, the monks are very much alive, and they are very conscious within this state. Now, I'm sharing these discoveries with you. We're going somewhere with this, because if you think about what I'm saying to you with regard to the brain states, think about what this means in terms of our conversation about the divine matrix. That matrix is a field of energy. And once again, I'm going to emphasize this again and again, because we're so conditioned to think of ourselves in the field. It's not that we're in the field, we are the field. The field is every atom of our bodies constantly emerging in these quantum pulses from this field, and our ability to interact with this field is determined by our heart and our brain state. So what I'm sharing with you are brain states that now give us access to places and experiences in this field in ways that science has never recognized in the past. Now, I'm not saying that ancient and indigenous peoples didn't know this. Of course they did. I mean, the monks have been doing this for at least 1,500 years. But it has not been documented scientifically. So I'm sharing all of these discoveries because of yet an additional discovery that now links these brain states, the highest of the high and the lowest of the low. It links these brain states in a way that tells us even more about our relationship to the matrix. Scientists have recently discovered this very curious link between the low of the epsilon, remember it goes from 0.5 hertz all the way to zero, and the high of the lambda that goes all the way up to 200 cycles per second, 200 hertz. As different as they are in frequency, this is so interesting. They both allow for precisely the same state of consciousness. And think about that. As different as they are, from the highest state to the lowest state, different ways of getting there, they both bring us to precisely the same state of consciousness. The one difference is that when we achieve the low state of consciousness through the epsilon brain state, we achieve it through a very drowsy state that typically would allow us to facilitate a deep sleep. But when we access the state of consciousness through the very high state of lambda, we don't get drowsy. We go into this state of consciousness in a very full and in a very awakened state. So I'm going to offer you a little formula that you can think of and carry in your lives when you want to optimize your opportunity for your greatest potentials. And the formula is simply this: heart-brain coherence plus the gamma brain state equals all systems go. When you create the heart-brain coherence, and into that space of coherence, you drop the gamma state of consciousness, now you have become a very different person. You have transcended the judgments of your peers, of your society, of your culture, of your family, and you are opening the door to a deep, deep, deep communication with the field of energy, the divine matrix, and that is where your mastery begins. So it's from this place of extraordinary abilities that we actually learn to hack the matrix. We learn to hack the matrix as we are no longer subject to the laws of physics as we know them today. We're no longer confined to the limits of space and time. It's from this place where we create the prayers that influence the healing of our bodies in a very powerful, very profound way, as well as the world beyond our bodies. Through embracing the deepest truths of our relationship to the divine matrix, we are given the key to transcend the rules of physics and time and space that seem to limit us in this world. In doing so, we truly hack the divine matrix as we express our highest levels of mastery. In the next episode, we'll discover the prayer code from a 2,500-year-old text that gives us the instructions to breathe life into our most heartfelt creations. I want to thank you for joining me for today's program. Be sure to tune in for our next all-new episode.